Hello everyone, and welcome back to our video series on using Edmodo in the classroom and really using Edmodo to engage students in a really great environment to learn how to use technology tools, learn how to use digital literacy aspects, and to learn how to, most I think importantly, conduct themselves appropriately in a social media environment. Really wonderful skills that we can start in the lower grades all the way through to graduate level. We offer a graduate program at Canisius College in Education Technologies, an online master's program. And in that program, for many years, we used Edmodo as our main learning management system, really where all of our graduate students got together, interacted, posted, and really did some wonderful things. I know students who are using this at the high school level. I used to use it by myself. I know a lot of middle school teachers, and even my own elementary school year daughter is using this even with her teachers. So again, from elementary level all the way to college and beyond, really what a great resource to have. So today what we really want to talk about is creating a course and manipulating groups within a course, and also look at the library and resources and how you can manipulate all of that and use that to your particular needs. Okay, so what we're going to do is go back to sort of my main home page of Edmodo here. And you see here you have classes down here, all the classes that I've been involved in and even more that I have. And you can either create a class, let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see that. You can create a class or you can join a class. All right, so if I create a class, it's pretty easy. I could just call this Canisius test course. Okay, I could select a grade level, or I can do a range of grades. Okay, so whatever you want to really do. I'm just going to say none for now. A subject area. Okay, got some ones they already have sort of populated, but we'll say all. And we can even change the color of the course so we know which color we want to deal with. And that's it. You press create. Okay, so now I have this Canisius sort of test course. And the first time you make a course, it's great. You've created a class. Now you got to add some students. Okay, so I can add some students, and I can do this if I have their emails. I can do that. I love how Hermione Granger from Harry Potter is going to join us. It's absolutely wonderful, and that's fine. You can sort of have an email list. That's one way you can do it. Okay, now another way you can do this, if you go into the settings of the course. Okay. This is the public URL. It means that if you make your course public, anybody can kind of get at it from this area. You can also give students this class code to join. Okay, so you just kind of copy that class code, and then they can just put that class code in to join a course. Okay, so remember we went down here, we had the join a course, and I'll get back to that momentarily. That's one way they can get into your course. Okay. Another way you can do it is a join URL. All right, you can actually just share this URL out, and if they click on that URL, they'll be able to join your course. Okay. You can also press invite, and if you do invite, this is kind of neat. It gives you the class code. You can also download a handout to pass out to to your students. Okay. You can invite them by email. You can type everybody's email in here. Okay. And you can share a link out. The link is already copied to the clipboard. Okay, so if I went to the clipboard and put the link in, there it is. And it would actually open up and instruct people to join our course, but we're already part of the course, so obviously we're already in the course. Okay. And then if your school is actually tied in with Edmodo, it would be everybody in your school directory. So it's a lot of neat ways to kind of invite people to join your course. Okay. Just quickly, so while we're thinking about it, there is that join course link. If I click on that, I was put that group code in that I just copied, and then you could join a course that way. Okay. So that's kind of what we're doing. Now, when you're in a course for the very first time, you can do some things. You can change the colors right there. Okay. You have course settings, which I already went to. Okay, to kind of invite people. He has some advanced settings here where we can change the range, change the color. You can change who this will be used with. Default all new members to read only, which means that they cannot post anything, they can only read. You can hide your posts from your parents if you really wanted to do that. But here again, you can moderate all your posts, which is kind of nice to do. You can copy this group or class to if you're going to use it again, which is really super helpful. You can archive it, you can save it for later, or you can delete it. All right, so you got some neat advanced settings there in terms of your preferences. Okay, so there you go. Now, this is the members page. Obviously, we have no members. We have some posts again. So we already talked a little bit about posting in our previous video. We'll talk about assignments and quizzes and polls in our next video. But then again, this is the same basic way set up. It's a note, and I can just post anything I want. And I can add my files. I can add my links. I can add from my library or my Google Drive. Or I could, again, I love this feature of sending a post later on and scheduling it now, which is really kind of nice. Okay, so there you go. So we have that, and that's kind of easy to actually manipulate. All right, now we have this thing called folders, which we haven't really talked about yet. So I can actually create folders in Edmodo, okay, and I can add a brand new folder. And I can call it Canisius Test 01, okay, and create it. Okay. So now this folder is added to my page. I think I did it. Let me add it. Double click on it, and I got to add the folder. Okay, now it should be share photos with this group, and I should be ready to go. Okay, Canisius Test create. Okay, so there we go. So I added a folder. I'm making a folder. All right, and I'm going to highlight that folder, and I'm going to press done. So now that folder are here. Okay, so now I made two folders, and I open up a folder, okay, and you really don't see anything in it yet. Okay, so basically you have to populate your folders in your library first if you really wanted to, or you can go right here, and I can go to new, file upload, okay, which is kind of neat. So I could add a file if I really wanted to. Okay, I could choose from a folder, I could choose from a file, I could choose a link, I can even add a quiz right here, okay, which is really kind of nice. I can choose a file, and it doesn't matter. It keeps on defaulting to anything I want here. And let me just go to the Edmodo file. I can add it. And I added a file to my folder, okay. I could add a link or a quiz. There has been some new integration directly with Microsoft 365. So if you really wanted to create a Word or PowerPoint or an Excel worksheet right from Office 365, you could. So it's been a kind of a nice partnership with Edmodo and Microsoft products if you're a Microsoft user. Okay. I'm going to go to another file upload, and I'm going to choose a file. And it keeps on defaulting back to these different ones. Okay. And we'll do the Edmodo Canisius teacher code 1. I can add that file. Okay, so there you go. So I got this file, and which is really kind of nice. I could sort of look at it and do some fun things with it. I can open it up, and that's what it actually looks like. And it goes right to Microsoft 365 viewer, and there it is. Okay, so that's how you can actually manipulate your files. Now, when you're on a file, and you can do some options, you can move it to a different part of your course, you can copy it, you can download it, you can kind of put it as a spotlight. Spotlight is the way Edmodo has you to working with other teachers, either within the same school or across different schools as a professional learning community, or you can attach to a note. All right, so you can do some really fun things here with. There's one area where I wish Edmodo would change, is that I can't manipulate the order of these files right now. That's a problem. I can do other things in Schoology. I can't like move these around in different orders. I wish I can do that, but unfortunately, I really can't. Okay, so that's kind of how you can organize it. Now, let me kind of explain here. A little bit different from other learning management systems. When you have this course, this would be all the posts, and if people would keep on posting and posting into this course, this would get longer and longer and longer and longer and longer, right? So you really can't put posts within a folder. Okay, so I open up that folder and I go new. I can't do like a new discussion, or I can't do anything like that. So posts have to be in this area, and folders are a little bit separated from it. So a problem could be is if you just create a Edmodo course and didn't do anything else, this feed would get very long and kind of hard to, I think, navigate. That's why they have these sort of create a small group. So a small group would be almost like creating a folder within your course, or a unit within your course, or a module within your course to kind of organize something around one topic. So we're just calling this like an intro. All right, and I set create, okay. And now I have this sort of intro, okay. Now, we don't have any members here yet, but what's going to happen is, so I'm a member. And what you can do is you can automatically add all members to this intro, or to this small group individually. So once you had like 10 or 20 people, you could add all 20 people to this intro little module, or you can only add a few people. So maybe you want to get a small group discussion or a small group to work in one spot, they can work here. Or if you press automatically add all members, as members come into your Edmodo course, they'll automatically be entered into this part of the course as well. So you have some way to kind of sort of change the membership of these small groups. If I go to settings, okay, this is the settings for this. I could rename it, the description, okay. I could default all members to read only. So I can sort of play around with that. So now this looks the same as the main page, but again, now you might organize your discussion, your post all around the one particular topic, okay. You can put, again, folders in here. See, there's no folders in here yet. There's folders in the main course, but there's not folders in the introductory group. Okay, so that's kind of the whole point of creating small groups. It's a way to sort of manage it so it's not overwhelming having one big, large feed. Now, if you go scroll down to the other part of this page here, you also have this area called groups. Now, unlike some other learning management systems, there's not really a major difference between groups and classes. It's actually the same thing. So I can create a group. It looks exactly the same way. We can create one really quickly. We can select the grade level none and select the subject area all, right? We can create the group. Oh, I already had a test group. Call it test 2. Okay, create it. And it says groups over here, and it's the same inviting instructions. Everything's exactly the same. You have test, you have folder, you have assignments, okay? Everything really is the exact same setup as you would have in a course. I think this is the way just Edmodo wants to differentiate. If you wanted to make like a professional learning community and not really call it a course, just have a group of people to kind of chat and discuss, you could. But what they've done basically is just giving you all of the options and tools that a course would have, even though we're calling it a group. All right, but there's really not a difference at all between a group and a class. I hope that makes sense. Okay, because I know that can be a little bit confusing. Well, why are we even calling them different things? But really, there's nothing really different about it. Okay. Now, the one last thing I wanted to sort of discuss in this particular video were just some of the places like the library. We already talked a little bit about it. This is an area where you can sort of store all your resources and you can organize your materials. You can create folders. Okay. Upload files, create folders, create links, and then from here you can always, push material out to your, move it to a course, copy it, share it, certainly, with other folks and with your courses and everything. So you can do a lot with that. Okay. So you have those abilities to kind of organize all of your resources in one area, which I think is super useful. Now you see some of these like little app launcher and spotlight apps and snapshot. Okay. Spotlight apps, there's this little like sort of app store within Edmodo, okay, which will come up here. This is a good spot to sort of discuss some of this. They have some games and some apps you can embed right within Edmodo. You can play around with all of that. There's a lot of different subject areas and a lot of different grade levels and resources and price, free, or some do cost some money. So you can embed some apps right within your sort of Edmodo environment. Okay, we'll get out of that for a second. Let me get out of there. Back to our Edmodo page. And also you're going to see, this pops back up again on the side here. Okay, so that was your Spotlight apps. You go to the app launcher. Okay, so we can hit that one, the app launcher. And really there's not a lot of difference here. The Edmodo Planner is already sort of part of the standard package. You have Office Online, where you can link your Office 365 account. Again, where you can create Word and PowerPoint and Excel files right within the Edmodo environment. You don't have to go anywhere else, and that's super useful, right? So there you go. So we talked about creating courses, talked about creating groups, and some of the different resources in the library and the App Center. So a lot of great things here at Edmodo as we continue our exploration. All right, have a great day. Thank you.